What up, you football freaks? Kenny E and the crew is here. We got Roxy and Pep to the right of our. Is it my right? Yeah, my left to you guys. And then we got Nougat down below, and then of course PNW Aqua off to the right. No Austin here tonight. So, who won that? How about them Cowboys?
Yeah.
Although I was a chump and went with Cleveland. That was my one loss for the week.
You did better than I did then.
I don't know how I did. I know I picked the Steelers wrong.
Yeah, I was wrong on that.
Probably picked the Packers wrong.
I'm trying to add it up right now. So let's see here. Well, how the hell is that working? We don't even have a J here. Do we have a J?
Just wait for Ed.
I don't think Ed kept part. Oh, that's Jimmy. That's right. Jimmy was piping in from the audience. That's what it's.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it looks like Brian, Ed, and Austin got Texans right. Everybody got Chiefs right. Everybody but Ryan and Brian got the Steelers game.
Ah.
And then me and Austin were the only ones to pick the Pack. And looks like Jimmy and Brian picked the Rams to beat the. Boy, you were drinking the whole weekend, Brian.
Yeah, whatever.
And then looks like, man, just me, Austin, and Ed were the only ones to take the Bucks. So I am
awesome.
5-1. Ed is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-1.
That's really a good score.
Jimmy is 2-4.
Oh my gosh, Jimmy.
Ryan is 2-4.
It's not pretty.
Yeah, Ryan.
That's
Brian
pretty
is
horrific.
2-4. Austin is boys. Austin is 6-0.
Woo!
Wow.
Got them all right.
Game last week.
It's terrible.
Let's stop playing this stupid game.
I am shocked. I did not in a million years think Cleveland was going to get their ass whooped like that. I honestly did. It opened to my eyes.
I did.
This kid is pretty sharp in Texas. I'm pretty impressed by that kid, actually.
Hey, what do you think of NBC cutting out part of his speech? He always says, I want to thank Jesus Christ as my savior or something like that before he starts his talk. And they deleted those 5 seconds of his speech on the live thing.
Of whose
It's
speech?
not live.
Who's that?
Well, they were on his interview, not speech. On Straub.
The kid from Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, Stroud?
NBC doesn't like him saying thank you
Say
to
hello,
God.
since
So
you're
they were just ready to delete that
Hey,
5
Danny.
seconds. Hiya, Danny.
Hi.
But that's just
Hello, Danny.
how corrupt they are.
Maybe NBC is evil.
Well, they're owned by Disney.
Oh, well, there you go.
Let me say hellos before we get too far along. So we have
That's
Buffalo,
ABC
Pepper
and
Creek,
ESPN. That's owned by
Foxy's
Disney.
Fishes, Tampa Tom.
Whoa.
And there's Jimmy. Jimmy, strong 2-4 last week, baby.
I think I'm right there with him, right? Or did I even get that? Am I 1-5?
Oh,
No, you're 2-4.
Yes.
Brian's 2-4. Ed and I are 5-1. And Mr. Austin, who doesn't show up for the stream tonight, is 6-0. That would sure suck if he ain't here to.
Well, you ain't gonna get no right picks this week.
Yeah, that's one way to catch up. For
I
us.
want to thank Jimmy right now for saying sorry about those Chiefs this weekend, Ed. with a record of 5-4, or what? No, 2-5. What? 2-4. That's the type of guy I want betting on my team or against my
That's out
team.
swinging tonight.
See what
And y'all
happens.
noticed from last week till now, his beard got a little redder since the last time he was on.
Yeah.
Last week it was looking very cleaving-ish. It's a little more red tonight.
I was sleeping for like 20 straight hours today.
Holy cow. Not feeling so hot lately, huh?
Oh no, I had a terrible upset stomach and a migraine. And I couldn't take my Tylenol. I'm not allowed to take anything but Tylenol, but I thought Tylenol and all my upset stomach would just make me worse.
Yeah.
I sent you about 20 reels to make you feel better on Instagram.
No, I didn't even look at it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, I tagged you in a short today too.
What's up,
Wait, what
Trace?
did
You're right,
Brian
man. We
say?
suck, but a skull. I still wear my bike stuff. You betcha.
Well, I watched a little bit of Foxanne's show today.
Oh, thank
I got in there
you.
too.
And Geek Boy opened my fingers.
That was so
Fingers.
very cool.
But it's not fish tank safe.
Okay. Okay. I'll let Geek know. Thank you.
Well, thank you for letting them do it.
I think
Man,
gonna
I'm
be
awfully
working on
pale,
my
though.
insulation on my takes when I get done here. Danny's having troubles back there. It sounds like she's feeding
Oh,
my
what's
fish.
that Jimmy wants up? Chad is asking for the link if Jimmy can come up. Link.
Kenny's doing math.
All right, I'm on it.
Hi, Travis. Hi, Skipper. And hi, Mr. McWhip. Oh,
Whip had a
Lieutenant
very
Tom's
good
here.
live stream this morning. It was
Yeah.
cool.
That was pretty cool.
What happened?
Whip had a live stream this morning.
Oh, yeah. Man, I missed it. That is cool.
Yeah, I wish I would have been up for it. I'm sorry, Whip. I just wasn't feeling very good.
I caught the end of yours, Roxanne.
Yeah, I'll deal with it after the stream.
I think hers was before his.
Oh,
but
wow.
she said that
Yeah.
It was.
I was tuning in to change the sound of rain, and I saw Rico going, so I went in there for a minute because I like to listen to rain when I sleep. And so I went in there for a minute, and she said that, or I don't know if she said it, but somebody said that he opened up his package on her show. So that's why
Yeah.
My. Sounds dangerous.
I was sure hoping all the fingers would be fixed or not broke, and none of them
It
broke.
was
So
in
that was
perfect
good.
condition.
Yeah.
Mom did a great job.
Yeah, I got to see how she packs. That's crazy.
It's the only thing I got to figure out how to get this fixed, man, is the way this screen is set up. It's got the mute and all that at the bottom, but it's like this goddamn big. So when people are trying to come up, I can't see them back there.
Do you have a scroll bar on the side?
Yeah.
You can manipulate that down to see more.
Yeah, it's not letting me do it.
Huh.
I'm as far down as I can get. What's up, Sam? Good to see you, man. There's Jimmy.
There I am.
Hi, Jimmy.
You got me? Can you hear me?
Oh, shit.
What?
Can you hear me?
Nope.
And that Whip in here too, because Whip usually likes to come up too. That's for anybody who wants to come up. If you want to
Can you
talk,
hear me now?
Not any better, but very clear.
Is this an adult stream, by the way?
Depending by what you mean adult.
I mean, can I tell Ed to fuck off?
Nope. He's out of here.
Oh, you did not. You're not.
Bah!
Just as she was walking by, you dropped that F-bomb. Boy, you're in the doghouse now, Jimmy.
Oh, hell. Hey, in my defense, and I think Brian will agree with me on this with the Rams game, that goofball Sean McVay, he did not do what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to run the ball and force those other guys to play the run and then open up the passing game with Nakua and Cooper Kupp.
Ed,
And
I
he
think
did-
there's.
You
Yeah,
know?
they're skipping. Okay, I saw him that time. All right, there's your
Most
thing.
of those games were just turds, man.
And it was only
I-
one point. Okay. And
That was the only close one.
I'm
it was the only
glad
close
that I
game.
missed that one. I'm glad I missed it. I'm
I
also
did
glad-
enjoy the Packers beating the Cowboys. I enjoyed that thoroughly.
Oh,
I enjoyed missing the Cowboys as well. Totally.
Did you watch anything?
And Ed,
Yes,
do
sir.
you really think, I mean, really in your heart of hearts, would you put down some money on the Chiefs winning that game this week?
Yeah, of course. Why would I not? They're the NFL champions.
Yeah.
How
I
come?
like the Chiefs this week.
Mahomes
Well,
is
okay.
better.
I got that
Mahomes
feeling.
is
I do.
better on the road.
Ed,
I do. I
all
do,
honesty,
but
I've been watching though. I think this is Kelsey's last year, bro.
hey, Kelsey's got Tay on the brain. That's what he's
Yeah.
got.
Well, do you blame him? He's probably looking up there in the stands at his girlfriend more than trying to catch the ball.
Listen,
Travis
guys.
Kelce's gonna stick around longer
Did
than
you-
just this year. I
While we're
think.
on the subject of that, did you guys happen to see how she snubbed Patrick Mahomes' wife?
Yeah.
I don't blame
Gonna
him.
be Patico's game this weekend.
Have you seen
Pretty
Patrick
good.
Mahomes?
I
live?
actually thought that he would do better last week, Brian.
Yeah, but this week he'll be. It was cold last week, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to ride out the rest of our fantasy league now with
it's gonna be
Gibson.
cold this week.
Hey, let me say one more thing to Ed about Kelsey. I have watched him, not as much as you, but his entire career. He finally looks like he is getting older.
Yeah, he didn't look right. What's up,
He-
Melvin?
He just doesn't look like the old Kelsey anymore.
He'll be playing for a few more years.
That whole team don't
yeah.
look the same.
No, he's still
he's-
better than
he's
most
triple
tight ends
covered.
in the league. You know, of course he is.
But
But
it is the
he hasn't
playoff.
been. He hasn't been lately because he's been triple teamed severely. I mean, and that is on Veach's. It's Veach's fault for
now, wait a
trusting
minute.
these young wide receivers that can't catch the ball.
He didn't have a guy within 5 yards of him, Ed, when he dropped 3 balls last week.
He did drop a few.
In one of them, there wasn't somebody within 5 yards. I saw that, and I saw him drop others, but I think there were players a lot closer. But yeah, he did.
And
He
one
did
of those
look good
balls
last
was
week.
thrown way behind him.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to poof
So-
out my old man chest here and say I could have caught all 3 of those balls.
Oh,
And
sure.
you know what? I'm going to be nice and say, I bet you could.
I
But might be
could.
lying.
I never dropped a ball in my life. If it hit my hands, I caught it. That's the truth. But that's another story.
Yeah, I was
I-
going to say.
I sucked last week. I admit it. I did. But I'm glad the 2 teams that I missed, 2 of the teams that I missed, I'm so happy that they lost. I am.
Bill Melvin.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
These hands didn't miss any, baby. These hands didn't miss no balls when they were thrown at me, man.
And Ed, you know
Right.
the what's his name with the Eagles? They made the movie about him, who walked on the Eagles with an open tryout.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, him.
Marky Mark. Mark.
Yes, yes, that
Uh,
movie. Yes. If the St. Louis Cardinals back in the day had an open tryout, I guarantee you I would have went down there. I don't know of what I would have done, but I would have gone to the tryout. I really would have. I was 22, 23 years old back then. And you could have blocked for me.
Who, me?
Look at him. He says, I'm glad I got my boots on. The shit's getting deep.
Of course, Ed, you were only like 2 years old at the time, weren't you?
What year was that?
That would have been the late 70s.
Holy hell!
Oh, I may have
even
been
born.
5 or 6.
Jelly. Whip
Yeah.
saying Vince Jelly or something.
Vince Papali.
Yeah. Papali. Yes. Vince Papali. Yep.
Oh, and Tampa Tom saying lion steaks for the grill on Sunday.
What's the
Travis
over-
Myers wants you to get Bo Nix in the second round.
What's the over-under on the Chiefs and Bills? I can't see it.
6.5. No, the Chiefs and Bills is 2.5.
Yeah, that's about right. So basically,
Then
it's kind of a pick 'em.
other two games are 6.5, and I think it's 9.5 that the Texans are under the or no, the am I getting shit crossed? It's 9.5 for Packers. That's right. Packers and 9.5 to go beat the Niners, who I think they're going to beat outright.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Boy, this is a lot tougher defense that they're going to have to face.
Yeah, I think they're going to have to rely on Jordy this time. And I don't know, guys. I mean, I've seen several teams over the years, and they're looking pretty aggressive right now. And let me tell you, you can't tell me the Lions haven't been here in what, almost 40 years or some shit? I mean, they're not going to let the Bucs beat them. I'm sorry, Tampa Tom.
Well, they say you get
He
three.
goes at a good run, but this is where he gets pummeled like the.
Oh,
The problem is Tampa Bay has got to walk out of the bus and get into the stadium in the cold for 20 seconds, and that might affect
Yeah.
their game.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
I mean, I think
Probably-
Mayfield's played good enough.
It's
He
all
should
their
remain
coaches talking about.
should remain the starter down there, but I don't think he's going to have enough in the tank to deal with this number one Detroit defense. Plus, when you start talking smack before a game, before it's even game time, offense very rarely, unless you're Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, or one of these superstars, which, no offense, Mayfield is not.
Right.
Why would you want to fire up the defense so they're ready to just rip your face off before you even get on the field? I mean, and I can see, you're at home, you want to talk smack, but to do it when you know you're on the road and you're going to Detroit where you might get capped on the way out. I mean, I personally don't think I would talk that kind of crap going into the game, but
Well, those Bucks players have a lot more playoff experience than the Lions players do. That's for
yeah,
sure.
it's not any of those players doing the trash talking. It's Mayfield against their secondary. It's been going back and forth all week.
I read an article today that Pittsburgh is going to try to go after Mayfield if they can pay him more than what Tampa Bay can.
Seems like it'd be an upgrade from what they got.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
they definitely need something.
Melvin, I don't think as much as I love Ed, I don't think that if the game was at Kansas City, maybe. I don't think they're going to beat the Bills at the Bills this time.
I'm going to say that. I mean, what other quarterback has got a better underdog rating than Mahomes?
Well, Ed, it's really kind
He's
of a
the
pick 'em.
only guy. I think he's the only guy in history that has a winning record as the underdog. And
they
he's got a winning record on the road.
They say the home team gets 3 points automatic. So really, this is just a push to begin with.
Yeah. And they're giving them 2.5. So really, they're favoring Kansas City by a half if it was on a neutral site, right?
That's about right. Yeah. Yeah,
Well, we're
really.
at this game here. Let's do this
But
real
it's
quick
not.
since we're here, Ed.
They got to go into that crazy
Who's
stadium.
everybody going to take, Bucks or Lions in this one?
Oh, okay.
I'll
I'm
start
sorry.
off.
How did
I
get
think
the
it's going to
verdict?
be the Lions. What do you say, Brian?
Well, I got to make up some games, so I'm going to go Bucks.
Woo. All right, Ryan.
I'm going to take the Lions in a close one. Laporta might be back.
He's questionable.
Edward.
I'm gonna go. You know, I really like those Lions, but I'm gonna go with the Bucks because I think I'm the only person that has them in fantasy football playoffs, and it would be a big bonus to my fantasy team if the Bucks win.
Who are you
Oh, you
taking?
got Mike
Jimmy?
Evans or something?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to save face here. I don't care about making up games because I don't think I'm going to catch anybody anyway. I think the Lions will take it.
That's a
And
smart
Austin
pick.
isn't here, so I guess he's going Bucks. Where you going?
You can let Skipper pick for him.
I'm going Detroit.
We could vote for it.
I'm sure Austin will show up.
Kenny.
Trust me, he's 6-0. So
I'm gonna get some more juice and pop.
all right.
And not only that, you know, I get to root for the Lions. You know, I want them to win. So there you go.
Yeah, I'd like to see that too.
I have a good feeling with the Lions. It's the gut. I got to go with the gut.
As long
I
as
agree
Dan
with you,
Campbell
Skipper.
doesn't do anything too crazy.
I agree with Skipper. I do. I got that feeling.
And I'm sorry
I
for
think
it, but I think the Bills are going to beat the Chiefs.
I think it's going to be. I think the Packers Lions NFC Championship game.
Well, wouldn't
And
that be something?
I think it's going to
Wow.
be the Bills and the Ravens, and then I think for the Super Bowl we're looking at Detroit Ravens Super Bowl.
Wow. Okay.
You know, it's funny you say that because a lot of people that I've talked to at like work and stuff, they're saying the same thing. They think it's going to be Baltimore and Detroit in the Super Bowl.
Detroit
And
barely
I'm
got
telling
past
you,
the
yeah,
Rams
If Detroit makes it,
last week.
I mean, the party that I'm almost willing to fly to Detroit just for the party.
Probably not be a smart move because your hotel might get burned down.
Yeah. If they win the Super Bowl, that city might burn. That's
What's the
for
next
sure.
game, Ed? Ooh, that looks good. Whatever he's got there.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Cream
Oh,
soda or
this is-
something?
No, it's peach crush.
What?
What?
Peach crush with pineapple juice.
Oh, nice.
Where did you find
It
Pink
is.
Crush at?
The grocery
Sounds
store.
pretty good, Ed. Sounds good.
It is.
So what
It's really
flavor
good.
is it? You said it's peach?
Peach crush and pineapple. So
Huh.
what flavor do you think it might be?
I'm gonna smack you, Ed, right through this thing.
Peach apple.
Oh, there it is. No, I need to be hydrated. I got one of these new recyclable straws. They're rubbery. See?
Okay.
I'll leave that alone.
You know, I was
Ed, what's the next
I was
game?
watching TV and they said that men shouldn't use straws. It's unbecoming. And I'm like, anybody that tells me that using a straw is unbecoming is retarded because it's easier to drink.
You can do whatever you like,
Well,
Ed.
you're on my wife's side. I can tell you
Thank
that
you.
much. You're welcome.
I'd rather be by her side than yours. Nothing personal.
Wow.
You're not on this one. I was down with the other thing. But you use a straw if you want to. Do you, Ed? It's all good.
Put your pinky out when you do it.
Just make sure you yeah. Then pull up another game when you get a chance.
Oh, another game.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Whoa. Look at the odds on this one are way on the Ravens side.
Well, these are the fans' guesses, right? But yeah, I
Yeah.
would imagine this doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
I think
I
the,
know.
the rookie quarterback at the Texans has had a heck of a year, and this will be his last game for the year. I think the
Yeah,
Ravens are probably gonna. I think the Ravens are only going to beat them by 3, though. I see
This
a
is
high
the
score
9.5
there, like
or one of the 9.5
34-31.
spread games.
34-31, I'm taking the Ravens. Who are you taking, Pep?
But take the Texans.
Woo!
It's a bold maneuver.
Yes,
Another
it is.
catch-up game.
What about you, Ryan?
Give me the Ravens.
And what about Mr. Ed?
Oh, I was just about to blow my nose. I'll take the.
So Ed says he'll take the Texans, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it said Texans, pretty sure.
All right. What about Jimmy?
Well, according to 4 different sports books here, the Ravens are giving 9.5. I can't go against that, so I'll take the Ravens.
All right, Skip.
No, I'm going
Hey,
against
Skipper.
it. I'm going against it. It's Texans.
Ooh.
Well, see,
And the
I
main
wanted
reason-
to be the Texans, but you
I
know,
don't care. I don't like the Ravens. I freaking hated them for the
Ed,
longest.
who did you say, Ed? Because you
Yeah,
were
we couldn't
the
hear that.
Ravens.
You said the Ravens. Okay.
they're not
Oh, I
my
said the
favorite
Ravens,
either.
but I hate
Skipper.
them.
They're not my favorite.
I hope I'm wrong.
And this is
Let's just
why.
put it that way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you're
I don't
scared of
blame
them.
you. I don't blame you, Skip. Not at all.
I don't like them because, yeah, I don't want to get into it.
Chance,
You don't like them 'cause they're good.
Chance Larson says it's the Ravens' game to lose, but as you know, Lamar's only got 1 playoff win under his belt.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs have better odds against the Ravens than the Texans, so I think that's a good thing too if the Ravens win.
Well, it's not going to matter, Ed, because the Bills will be playing them.
What's up, Scuba Steve?
That's all right.
Oh, come on,
I
Ed.
don't know if I said hello to you. Hello. Ooh, Tampa Tom saying Shroud.
Oh yeah, Whip hates the Ravens too.
You know,
I hate
Skip,
the
or
Ravens.
Whip, your guys' division is the only division I know. Like me, if my Vikes get booted out or whatever, and there's still an NFC Central team in there, I'm rooting for them. I'd like to see them win.
I hate the Ravens because of their stupid linebacker that murdered the guys at the Super Bowl in Atlanta with his
Ray
$500 bottles of
Alleged.
Champagne.
Allegedly.
Ray
Ray
Lewis?
Lewis is an
No,
innocent
those
man.
guys definitely died. Those 2 guys definitely died.
They definitely died, but Ray Lewis didn't kill
And-
him. Or at least he was found
With-
innocent at the minimum.
The viewpoint of
He
Chattanooga Ed does
bought the
not
murder
represent.
weapons. He bought the murder weapons, and he brought the people that killed them then to it.
He might have brought the gun, but I don't think he bought it. I can't remember.
He
That was a
definitely,
long
he definitely
time
bought.
ago.
They were guys from his gang way back from before he played football, and he brought them to the Super Bowl, and they killed 2 normal guys outside of a bar with $500 bottles of champagne. He was definitely at least somewhat involved in it, because if he wouldn't have paid their way to Atlanta and bought the bottles and done he was definitely, I don't know, what's it called when you help with a
An
murder?
accessory.
Yeah, he was definitely an accessory. So
Well, I'm going to take the Packers, guys. I just think they're going to roll a little bit longer here. I'm going to take the Packers.
Woo!
Who
whoa,
are you taking, Pat?
Bold statement. Jordan Love was almost perfect.
I'm going to take the
except,
Packers too.
who is it? Watson? Can't remember who dropped the pass, but otherwise
What
he
about
would
you,
have
Ryan?
perfect
Who are you
rating.
taking?
Yeah. He had a hell of a game.
Ryan?
Oh, me. Well, I think they're facing a much tougher defense this time. I'm going with the Niners.
Ed?
this was my only loss last week, was picking whoever was playing against the stinking Packers, because I don't think the Packers are all that. I couldn't
Cowboys.
believe that. The Cowboys. Oh man, Cowboys suck. And, that just proves more that Miami didn't deserve it because that was the only 500 team they beat during the regular season was the Cowboys. And look how they lost to a puke team like the Packers. I'm
I don't
going
want to
49ers.
take credit away from the Packers, but that Cowboys defense was just atrocious.
And it was the best at the beginning of the season. All they talked about was how great their defense was.
Not that
Remember?
game. Yes.
I don't have to even ask you, Jimmy. I know who you're going with.
Yep.
And then Skipper.
I'm going to go with the Packers.
Whip's got
All right.
Texans and Niners.
In the last game, Chiefs
In the last
at
game.
Bills. Ed, as much as I love you, I think this is Jared Allen's year. I'm going Bills, man. I think he gets over the hump and finally beats you guys again.
I appreciate it. I need this win to get over all y'all. So
What about
everybody
you,
pick
Jeff?
the Bills.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
Ooh, you got
Darn
a
it,
buddy
Brian,
this
you're too
week.
damn smart.
I know who you're going.
Oh, I think I might be sick. Oh, I got the Chiefs. Ugh.
Ooh. Glad you don't even open your mouth. I know who you're going with. Jimmy.
Well, I have the same feeling about the Bills that I have about the Lions. I think they got one more game in them for sure. So I'm going with the Bills.
What about old Skip?
Oh, I'm going with the Bills. I watched that. That's the only game I was able to watch because I ain't got cable anymore. They actually had it on Paramount Plus, and I was very impressed with the Bills. I'm going Bills.
Can you do like an over-the-air antenna? Those digital antennas?
No.
Have you tried that?
Chance
can't do
Larson says KC wins on the back of Josh Allen's 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that was.
Whip saying that it's at that shitbag linebacker is still ahead of Watt and
In the party.
Oh my God.
Defensive player of the
Oh,
year.
man.
Whip.
Whip also likes the 49ers.
Yeah, he had all of his picks in
Yeah,
there.
why is Whip not up here?
I don't know.
Oh, he's been streaming. He streamed to start the day, so he's probably streamed out.
I mean, hell,
Yeah.
you,
I'm pretty
Does
tired
that
tonight.
happen?
you let me up here. Whip should be up here. Come on now.
No
He
doubt.
probably already took his wig off.
Well, I think it was
He ain't
more
got
of
no
a
wig, man.
respect your elders thing, Jimmy.
Oh,
I like
okay.
that
Oh,
one, Ed.
thank you, Skipper. I appreciate that. Okay.
Well, there's the picks, Ed. So the floor is yours. We'll talk about our little fantasy nightmare that we got going on.
Yeah, I wasn't a
You
part
know-
of that. I wasn't invited to that.
Well, you should have just taken the link and joined.
There
You
was
know,
no link.
There was
There was a
There
link
was
in
this-
the chat.
Whatever.
let's talk about that type of stuff. Get this. There's this lady, my mom's the president of the quilting club, and there's like 100 people there. And she sent invitations out to the 8 ladies that didn't show up to the meeting because all the others were told.
Right.
And one of the ladies called her and complained today that she didn't get an invitation. And they voted on not sending letters to people if they showed up to the meetings. It's like, why does that old lady feel like she's got to have an invitation to go to the awards banquet for their quilting club?
Are you
Yeah,
comparing?
like everybody invited?
Everybody was invited.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Is
I mean,
Ed?
it's-
Are you comparing me to Quilt Lady? Is that what,
Yeah.
Well, that made me think about it, but that really made me mad that somebody yelled at my mom about it today.
oh my
I'm
God!
sorry.
Actually,
Sorry about that, Jimmy. I didn't mean to do that to you.
no, that's okay. Actually, that's the behavior of older ladies. That's just how they are. You know.
And Whip hit it on the number, man, because they love to bitch and moan.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Her friend got an invitation, but her friend was out of town. And my mom's like,
What's up,
I'll go
over
check to
50
see if you
fabulous?
were.
Good to see you.
Well, my mom said, I'll check to see if you were there at the meeting and signed in. And then she did and said, you were signed in. You should have heard it. You know, can't help if the lady doesn't turn up her hearing aids. Or maybe she needs to put on her glasses and see what's going on. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or stop taking a dump during the important part of the meeting.
That must have been it.
Stupid old lady. Okay. So I got the name of that football player from that Eagles movie. It's Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, that's him.
That's the actor. That's Marky Mark. It's Vince Papale.
Vince Papale was the player. Yeah. Okay. And the movie was pretty much a true story.
Chance says old ladies are like tiger barbs, always nipping at each other.
Vermeil was in it too.
Dick.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, one of my friends who's only like in his late 30s, he's got 7 kids, had an aneurysm 2 days ago.
Oh no.
And
I
his
can
name's
believe
Isaiah. I've been
some
playing
people do
hockey
it.
or football with him since he was in high school, fantasy football, because his dad was in our factory. And
I only
he was
raised
just
4,
at our.
and that was enough for me, Ed. I mean, I'm surprised I didn't have
What's
an
that?
aneurysm. I said I only had 4 kids that almost had an aneurysm. You talk 7, man. I probably would have been stroked out by now.
That
Yeah, he
wasn't
had a couple of
Giblets that we played with, was it? Or a different guy?
No, that's Danny.
Okay.
That's one
He's
of his
from
best
high
friends.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
that guy was from high school. This other guy was from the factory. I don't think he ever played in any of the leagues. What was the? I'm trying to find the link of our text messages to each other, so I could find the easy scores. Oh, here it is. Okay. So right now I'm in first place with 156 points, and I've got 1 player knocked out.
Of
Kenny
course you are.
E, yeah, Kenny E is in second with 116 with 5 players knocked out.
Uh-oh.
Ryan is in third place with 78 with only 2 players knocked out. But he only had like 3 of his players play last week. All of his players are playing for Baltimore and the 49ers. So expect
Well, one of
huge
those 2
points.
players is my quarterback. I lost a quarterback and a kicker, so the quarterback's going to hurt.
I lost quarterback, receiver, and running back. I'm screwed. I lost
And
2
2 other
receivers.
guys.
Austin, yeah. I mean, Kenny, it looks like you're on a sinking ship, but you never know. You never know.
I don't
Um,
know. When the Chiefs get
Austin-
knocked out, though, Kenny will catch up.
I got Samuels,
I don't
and I
know.
got Gibbs, and I got 49ers D, and I got the 49ers kicker. So I think I'm good.
Yeah,
Well-
a lot's going to change this week.
Austin has 77 points and only lost 1 player, but I think he's kind of in the same boat as Ryan. Most of his players are on the bye week. And then Brian has 71 points, and I think most of his players thought they were on the bye week because he lost 6 of them.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh my goodness!
So poor Pepplin Creek, I don't think you're going to be able to catch Kenny. But, well,
The creek
but
might
you
be
know
running
what?
dry.
He does have Mahomes, and he does have Kelsey.
You walked away so we
So-
didn't have to hear you.
So it sounds
Oh.
like that. Your days are numbered, buddy. You're not going to have anybody
Right,
left.
Nice knowing you, Brian. Good luck.
So you
If
better,
Yeah,
you
He
better
could
hope
get
for a
4
big
games
scoring
out of his
game.
quarterback. He could win this thing.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah. Mahomes and Kelsey are going to win it all for me.
Yep.
I hope so because they're playing Buffalo this week, and all my players are Buffalo players.
I got Diggs.
So, well, I've got Allen, and I've got the tight end Kincaid on Buffalo.
Well, Ed, then you're in good shape. You're going to have those guys for a while.
One more whole game,
Yep.
and then the rest of my team is Chiefs. So, but yeah, do you want to
They
hear
worked
who
out
the
just
best
like
player
you
of
are.
the week
We're gonna
was?
be sitting at- my Vikings are sitting at home just like your Steelers watching these games. Don't matter when you go out, buddy. I'm a Marine. It's either you win it all or you're a loser. No matter what place loser you are, you're still
Yeah.
a freaking loser.
It'd be nice to make a playoffs a little more frequently than my team does, though. That's for sure.
Well, you hired
Well,
Pierce, so we'll see what he does.
Yeah, that's a good start, man. Keep Max Crosby happy. Get this good Raider vibe in the, you know.
Get Jimmy
Oh.
Garoppolo heading down the road, and
I
You
got,
know
to
what
see,
though?
I got to see that stadium, the Raiders Stadium, when I was down in Vegas from the outside. Holy cow.
Yeah, the Death Star. Thing's
Did
badass.
you see that? Did you see that ball next to it?
No, we didn't go to that.
I've seen
I
that
was
thing
just
in
wondering if you
person.
saw
Although
it.
they were still building it when I saw it, and so like it was all a ball and everything, but like they were still working out the pixels.
Yeah. We
Shit.
didn't have time.
Now,
he's
There
talking
could-
about
there's
he's talking
one
about
thing
how
I
they
haven't
look.
done.
Whip. These playoffs are open to everybody, but you could have been a part of it last week. All you had to do is open your mouth.
The only thing I haven't figured out was pick sixes and fumbles for touchdowns.
Well,
Because
pick six
when you
should be
go on
6
Google,
for the defense, or no, 8 for the defense, 2 for the interception, and then 6 for the touchdown. Right?
well, that'd be 9. Well, I just threw my phone. It's 3 points for a
I
turnover.
believe it's just six.
Or a
If it's a
sack.
pick six, it's just 6.
Well, nevertheless, I don't have the touchdowns for the defense because stupid Google doesn't put defensive touchdowns or defensive fumbles. They only put defensive interceptions. So I've got to find a page and go back and see. I don't think the Chiefs had one. They may have had a fumble recovery. I don't know if the Bills had one. The 49ers
Texans
didn't
did.
play.
The Texans sure did.
And in Dallas. So there's 3 teams last week that I haven't been able to figure out if
Yeah,
Dallas
you
got
gotta
a
go
fumble
to any
recovery.
sports site, the Yahoo or ESPN or NFL.com. They'll all have it.
Is Yahoo I'll do it right now while we're chatting about other stuff. Say something cool, Kenny.
You're talking. That's as cool as it gets, ain't it?
I know.
And while I got you up here, Ed, this is the only stream I've been with you. Congratulations on hitting 10K.
Thank you, sir. I
Wow,
appreciate that.
10,000. Impressive, man.
What? I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's great, Ed.
Well, thanks. Yeah, it figures that episode's the one that I'm sick on. It was,
Well, you just have to
I
do your
made it.
10K stream on your next one.
Yeah. Well, the advertising is really helping. That's what I'm doing. So let's see here. Did Cleveland versus Cincinnati? Nope. Let's see. How do I see? I only have the last game of the year on Yahoo.
Well, I meant just like Yahoo Sports, but it might be on. I don't know if they go to the players and then go to defenses and then look at the defense, see if they put the points for.
Trying to find the sports.
Well,
There's
each game
sports.
has that wrap
There
up
you go.
on Yahoo
Sport.
as well.
NFL is the very first one.
Oh,
There you
Hey,
go.
Ryan, are you going tomorrow?
Yeah, the little meetup thing at Case. What time is that? 11 or
Bentley's
10?
coming down for sure, and Alex
What?
is still trying to convince his wife he needs to come.
Oh yeah, I saw that he had her on the stream. So I don't know. She was doing a favor for him already. So
Each
trying
game
to
has
get
a
to
box
last
score.
week's. Yeah, I'm trying to find box scores from last week.
go
Well, let's just
to the
click-
right to view
let's
all to
click
view the
Chiefs.
old games.
Well, I can't find the games.
Yeah, scroll all the way to the top and see where they got this week's games. Hit view all. There you go, down there.
Where do you see view all?
Well, you went away from it. Go back a page to the right of the games up there above the video thing. It says view all to the right of Tampa Bay and Detroit game. I thought that would bring up.
Oh,
last
I
week's
hit
game.
that, but look, it just talks about this week.
Oh wow. Well, I don't know.
Oh, maybe if I hit
I
playoffs.
think you had the wrong person. Maybe click on the box on the brackets or something. I don't know. I think
wait,
you got the
here we
wrong
go.
person helping you.
I hit playoffs.
Playoffs.
Still last week.
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
I don't think in the game.
I need to spread this playoffs out.
What are you talking about?
Let's
Practice,
just hit
man?
Chiefs and
Talking about practice?
see if we can find games. Schedule.
There we go.
You see
Okay,
that?
here we
The
go.
home
Yeah.
status
there you
of
go.
Swiftie.
Okay, and then we want
There's no stats.
Gotta go down.
these stats.
There we
It's
go.
all down here. Okay. Receiving defense. They have, and they don't put fumble recoveries again. What's up with this? They used to put FF for fumble recoveries or FR. They would put fumbles, and they don't do it anymore. What's a PD? Pass block prior.
Pass
Yeah,
defended.
price-
Yeah. Wow.
Well, wait, here's a little arrow. No. And that doesn't do any. It's driving me crazy. I can't find fumbles anymore. I used to go to USA Today. And I think they went under. But they always gave all the fumbles and stuff. Let's see, does it have lost balls or anything? FL, what's that?
Balls.
Fumbles lost. Clyde Edwards lost a fumble. It doesn't look like any of their team lost a fumble. No, maybe. Oh, well, Clyde's lost a fumble on both sides. I don't think he fumbled a pass and a rush. So, okay, should we try? Who else did somebody pick? The Bills. And see what the Bills defense did.
Somebody had the Bills defense.
Let's go to schedule. Yes, Austin has the Bills defense. Fumbles lost. Okay, see, George Pickens fumbled one. So that should be at least 3 more points for Austin. But then we also have to find out if the fumble was returned for a touchdown.
I guess you could just look through all the touchdowns and see if any of them were defensive, but that seems like kind of a pain in the butt. Harder than it should be.
Well, I'll try to figure out something tomorrow while I'm watching the first game. I'll just keep searching at websites till I find one that has it, because somebody has to have it.
Yeah, I can look too. We don't have to figure it out right now.
Maybe the NFL.com might have it.
That's what I was looking at while you were doing that. And
Okay.
I was still having troubles.
Maybe CBS. And nothing wants to go. Enter.
So what defense are you looking for? Who had defenses?
We have the Bills, the Chiefs, and Brian had Dallas. But I'm
Oh,
going to
boy.
have to also figure it out for the 49ers in
upcoming.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
I think it's CBS that I normally listen to on the radio or on podcasts. They had a really in-depth fantasy football league, but they made you pay for it. It was really dorky. And there was this dorky guy at my work who lost in the playoffs. And the following year, he complained that the Yahoo rigged it. And so he started his own CBS league. And then he invited me in it. And I'm like, I'm the one who runs the Yahoo one that you said was rigged.
Yeah, do you think
Is
it's
that-
rigged? Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I played
we used
anyway
to do
'cause I
this league that was an auction league. And so like you could have any, and it was an auction and keeper league. It was pretty cool. And CBS did all that wacky stuff for it.
The best is auction baseball because there's so many baseball players out there. And like, is Jimmy still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, Jimmy would probably be really good at this. And each team gets like $200, but you got to fill out your whole roster.
That's how
And
this was.
I did it.
With the football. We
I
did
did it with
$300.
Well, we could say 300.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any difference.
Right.
I
Yeah.
played a league like that. Yeah.
Oh, it's so much fun. And like,
Yeah, it was a lot
I
of
did it
fun.
with these car dealers, and they were all the first round. Everybody was going after everybody's players, like going like $50 for the first round players. And I put Chipper Jones in his last year. I said, Chipper Jones, $25, and he wasn't worth $25. And some car dealer said 35, and I just was.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was so funny. I Chipper Jones the guy. Let's see.
They also have salary cap leagues as well.
Yeah.
I'd like to try that.
Doo-doo?
Those types of the leagues are a little easier in person, though. It takes quite a while to do those drafts online, I bet, with people can
yeah.
get on things,
We'd have to do it like this. We'd have to do it on a live stream. And what we would do is like, you just don't, in the auction, you just don't keep raising your hand. It would start with Kenny. Kenny gets to say the player that he wants. Then it would drop to Brian next, then you. And it's always a rotation. So it's not like you're right. But once it's gone around once, you can't get back in. So if you don't compete and then you want again later, you're out.
Okay, that makes sense. Yep.
Yeah.
I can hear Kenny now. $50 for Kirk Cousins.
Oh, here I found. Ed, I
Yeah,
found
do
him.
one for the fun of it.
Hey, have you been hearing the story that if Bill Belichick gets the coaching job in Atlanta, that he might be targeting Mr. Cousins?
Let him.
Well, I knew you would be happy. Yeah.
He's also looking at Ron Wilson, or what's his name?
Russell
The
Wilson.
Ron
Seattle guy.
DeSantis.
No,
Russell?
Ron Williams? No, Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
But Seattle's looking into Russell Wilson now too. Wouldn't
No,
that be
I would-
hilarious?
That's never going to happen. He's not coming back.
No.
That would be so hilarious.
Well, I would take Kirk Cousins in a heartbeat over Russell Wilson.
I'd
Okay,
take
yeah.
Cousins over Wilson too, myself.
Yeah, for sure. These days.
I don't know
not
what
like
I don't
years
know what
ago.
happened to Wilson. I have no idea what happened to that guy.
Well, he went to the sorriest team in the league, right, Ed?
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw what the dumb Vikings are talking about now?
What's that?
Trading Jefferson.
Oh,
For what?
I don't have any clue what they're thinking.
Maybe they got the lead on the next stud receiver. They seem
Well,
to be
I
able
already
to
know who that
those guys.
stud receiver is. I mean, it wouldn't. I don't know, man. I wouldn't want. We got a for sure thing in Jefferson right now, so
Yeah.
why would we take the chance? But I'm sure it's Marvin's kid is who they're all giddy about and think they have a shot at getting him. But I don't think he's not Jefferson.
Yeah, and I think
never
they'd have to trade up to
trade.
get him. Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, the team that wants Jefferson bad, from what I understand, is the Arizona Cardinals, which they have the 4th pick.
Mm.
Bears got number 1 pick. If they stick with Fields, then they can get Harrison. But I don't see anybody spending that first pick on a receiver.
A rookie'd be a lot cheaper. Not that I would give up Jefferson, but I mean that goes into the equation also. They'd have a lot more money to spend.
Well, you get the receiver for 5 years. So that's the good thing for low money. But that's what Tennessee did. And they traded A.J. Brown for that first round pick that they picked that stupid kid up from Arkansas. And he's not all that good. And that's the problem, is you're just not guaranteed when you're in the draft ever. I mean, the biggest guarantees we ever thought was like Brian Ballsworth. Thought he was going to be great, and he sucked. So you just never know.
You know, a team you guys are good, and I think could move up to get that Harrison kid, though. Rodgers is supposed to be 100%. They already got Wilson. I can see the Jets moving up to get Harrison.
Yeah, I mean,
it'd be crazy.
Could happen.
Is that a big pile of shrimp in the middle? Oh no, it's a leaf.
But there's a lot of shrimp in that picture.
I thought that was a big pile of red shrimps all eating something.
The plant in the middle is AR. It's Renicii.
Flamingo crypt or something?
I think we're up past Brian and Roxanne's bedtime. They both sound like they're out.
The plant in the middle of the wreath is Altanariki. I can't say it. AR. Yes, that stuff. Thank you.
Alternanthera Renicii. Yeah.
I can't say the first word. One more time. The first word. Say one more time.
Alternanthera is what I say.
Alternanthera. Pick.
I'd like to have a plant question. We got the Mr. Plant expert up here.
Does it have a common name?
People call it AR to be a little more convenient.
Okay.
Oh, look at the cute little Corey cat that just swam by.
Those are the Similis Corey fried from Egg Watch.
Nice.
Do the pygmy Corys eat the eggs of other fish? Of egg scatterers?
I don't know. They don't really eat their own eggs unless they're too overpopulated in their tank. But I keep them as species only, so I can't give you an honest answer on that.
I was thinking about putting them in with rice fish. Some Medaka platinums. Platinum whites.
That's a pretty big egg. I doubt the pygmies would eat them.
Yeah, are you spawning mopping them?
Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing. But then I was hoping for some happy, miscatches.
Well, you can definitely put the pygmies in there if you're doing the spawning mops, because the pygmies don't mess with the mops too much. And like Brian said, those eggs should be a little bit bigger than the pygmies would want to eat. But generally, as long as you're feeding them, they don't go after eggs.
What temperature do you keep your pygmies at?
About 73.
Oh, that's probably right where mine are right now. I'm looking at them. Because I just realized I don't have a heater and I have them in there with inlers, and I'm going to pull the inlers and put the rice fish in.
This is the pygmy tank.
They all live in that hydrocotyle. And in that, whatever that is.
That's more AR.
Hydrocotyle tripartita. Very good.
So
Got
pretty.
partitty.
That's my favorite plant. I'm so proud of that bush.
Nice one. Should be.
Thank you.
She keeps it trimmed.
Oh boy.
It'll
Oh,
trail
goodness.
if you get it to grow out of the tank. It'll trail down like the size of the tank and just it kind of dries up at the ends and stuff. But that's really cool when you can get.
Yeah, I
that
keep
plant.
trying to climb up out of the tank, but I keep squashing it straight back down to the
Yeah,
substrate.
it's nice and it
Travis
looks good.
says,
It's
"Nice
nice and
bush."
bushy there. Yeah. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
I love how my moss tries to grow out of the tank because it looks so cool when it gets out.
Yeah.
And that's the
it in.
mother AR that we got from Pigeon as a tissue culture.
You can see pygmies
Wow.
dart coming out of it. If you want.
It took it a year to get that big.
Oh yeah. Without
Is it
CO2,
in,
it's a slow
No
grower.
CO2. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't use any CO2 here. Occasionally, you'll see the babies pop out of there. This is where they build confidence to join the adults when they get big enough.
Nice.
Nice.
And the adults are currently laying eggs all over the place in there.
Roxanne, what is Brian's biggest problem with the fish tanks? Like, if you could fix them on one fish keeping thing, what would it be?
That's an interesting
What's your
question.
biggest problem?
Fix me?
Biggest problem with the fish tanks? I wouldn't say he has an overall problem, because if he has a need, he just goes out and makes what he needs and comes in and fixes it within the hour. So, like, he solves his own issues fast. He doesn't have a general gripe or need for anything. He builds it all himself.
I need a 240 if you want to hook me up.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I got one of those laying around.
I wish I
Wow. Yeah, I can't keep
He's-
anything that
He's
big.
trying to show you guys the pygmies. 'Cause
Yeah,
they're
they're
right.
little assholes. Every time I move, they move.
Yeah, they're right underneath the edge of the hydrocotyl spawning.
There's a ton of them in there, I swear.
And we have some Crypt Marsilea in there as well that's starting to carpet.
Shoot.
Do you guys sell those when you have an abundance of them?
No, we typically don't sell plants. But we sell the pygmies.
That's what I meant was the pygmies.
Oh yes. Well then yes, we sell the
This is Roxanne's boost tree.
my Bucephalandra tree. She just flowered a couple weeks ago. For the very first
Oh.
time.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a little bright in there, but what you think? That's the
Okay.
I
That was
had on one of
cool.
the 12 pigs of Fishmas.
Yeah, those flowers seem to, at least in my experience, tend to stick around for a little while too. I figured it'd be gone like almost immediately.
And they're so ugly. Like they're just stamen. There's no
Yeah,
petal.
they're-
on them.
It's exciting when it happens, but it doesn't look particularly attractive.
Do you see those
No.
little dust particles? Those are Kubote rasbora fry.
Oh wow.
Well, of
I
course
see
they-
one. They can probably see one of them. I think it ate a brine shrimp, so
Oh,
they
I
could
see
see
like
it
4 or
build.
5 of them, I think.
There's a couple in there. They're
Oh, yeah.
just still very
So-
small.
Oh, I see them now.
Yeah.
And we have some Itennis stirby corridors growing up in here too.
Now, oh, I got distracted when I looked at the babies, and now I forgot.
What do you guys think the biggest blowout's gonna be this weekend?
Well, oh, I remember what I was going to say.
Oh, go
Look
for
at
it.
that little fish.
That's a good question.
What? But mine's not a football one. Mine's a plant-related one, so it doesn't.
Well,
make sense.
we lost Skipper again.
Yeah, I noticed
Yeah.
the What's your plant question,
Well,
Ed?
I was going to say for flowers that are very disappointing, Anubias sure has a disappointing one.
You don't like that little piece of corn?
Yeah. Well, it popped out, and I kept waiting for it to bloom, and it never did. That's all it was.
I was waiting so long for the Bucephalandra flower to open because it had a beautiful little petal cap. And I was watching it, and it literally launched the cap off of it. It didn't open, and it was just pure stamen. I was like, what the crap is this?
Hydrocotyle tripartita has pretty little flowers, but they are tiny. And it's probably not real likely that they're going to flower underwater.
That
But
little chubby
when they
bastard
grow
on the
out of the
right
water.
See the eggs right there?
Wait, one of the
Eggs
fish
on
went
the
down
ground.
for a second.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think that was. Do you have sucker fish in there?
No, just pygmies in here.
And one yellow shrimp somewhere.
Hey, I got a question.
Sure.
I've been talking to Curtis Skull Aquatics on the phone quite a bit,
Mhm.
and
That's
he
awesome.
he's been growing crypts like crazy, right? I think people know that. And what is the common one? The green, the kind of the bright green one with the darker edges on it?
Windy eye.
Yeah, that's it. He's got one of those that is about to grow out of the top of his tank.
Nice.
And we were wondering if, when it does poke through, if it might flower.
It just made
Well-
it a lot more atmospheric seal too.
Yeah, that's probably more likely. And there's a bunch of different crypt species that look very similar to windy eye. And if it's that big, I would guess that it might be one of those other species. And sometimes it's so hard to tell them apart until they flower, in fact. So
Well, here's what I know, Ryan. I know light green, dark green. That's
There you
about
go.
all
Yeah.
I know.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know specifically what type it is, but he said it is just huge, and we were wondering what might happen if it pokes through, you know?
You may
And I
get a
said, why don't you wait and find out?
Mhm.
You know?
I've got a bunch of water Sprite in a 110-gallon tub that I keep guppies in. And one day it bloomed all over the place. And I thought somebody, like my dad, I thought it was my dad, was pulling styrofoam apart over it. And all the styrofoam balls fell in my tub because they're just little white little balls.
Yep.
And I
Ah.
went to grab one and I realized it was a flower. And I was like, whoa,
Awesome.
And what was that again?
water Sprite.
Oh, okay.
I
Awesome.
float my water Sprite for the guppies.
Yeah, I like that plant better floating than planted.
And
used
here
to
we
have
have
a
blue
giant-
axolotl rasboras.
Some
Those are purple
bacopa back
ones, right?
there. Some nice looking crypts.
Have you got
We
those
also
breeding opportunities, Roxanne?
No, because we need females. I just found out they all have dicks, so we need to get some females.
Oh my God.
But we also have crocodile toothpick fish in here, but they're sleeping for the evening already. But they like to live in these little shrimp houses or in the rivets of the sponge filter.
Those were cardinals?
These ones are rasboras.
Oh, okay.
They're very hard to breed in captivity, so I'm determined. They're so
Mhm.
beautiful.
Well, I'm pretty sure if they're all male, you're going to
Boys.
get them to breed. Roxanne.
And I have gorgeous purple mystery snails in here from Labs Snails lineage. These are my next breeder ladies.
How do you
So
sex
good.
the rasboras?
These guys, if they have color and they have that dark anal fin, they're males. But if they're void of color, basically, if they're just blowfish, they're the
Orange.
females. But some of these guys were secret males. 3 of them were secret males for a while, so I thought I had 3 females and 2 males, but
Yeah.
and they colored up.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
And we have a couple of longfin super red fry in here to keep the tank clean. And a hill stream loach, a Borneo loach actually, but he likes to hide. And 3 dwarf anchor cats, but you will never see them.
Intro.
Oh, what's coming here? Are we talking fish on my football stream?
Uh-oh.
Yes, sir.
That's good.
It
It's
appears so, Weber. Well,
Okay.
we could.
What happens when you let a girl take over?
Yeah, I know.
What?
Sausage.
all over.
Is that a
All over.
sausage party?
Oh, Xanadu. Hello.
You know what? You can't
Not
get
a
a better
full
girl.
sausage party.
I'm trying to bring up a new image for you, graphic.
Graphic image.
Yeah, to share with everybody.
Ooh,
Wow.
a graphic
There we
image
go.
to share with everybody. That sounds pretty good.
Well, I don't know. It's probably not that. interesting. It is me. There you go, Kenny. Where you want to go with your biggest scores of the day?
The biggest blowout, you mean?
The biggest.
Brian?
Okay,
That's what I said. The
Ultimate-
biggest blowout. Oh, we could do whatever.
Baltimore versus Houston. I think I picked Baltimore. I'll start it, and I'm going to say I think this score will be just total points, or how much are they winning by?
Well, I was just asking, like, what game? I mean, you can do whatever you want, but what game do you think will be the biggest, the least competitive, or maybe the most competitive? You know, something like that. But we can
Least
guess scores or
competitive.
whatever.
I think
I think the
I
best
think
game
that-
of the weekend is probably going to be Buffalo and Kansas City. If you want a back and forth type game, I think that's the game that's going to go back and forth. I think Detroit's going to blow Tampa out. I think the Packers San Francisco game will be close. And I think
49ers are going to blow that one out.
I don't think so. And I think the Baltimore Houston game, if you're talking total points, is probably going to be the most points scored on the weekend.
That one I'm thinking is going to be the biggest blowout, and I agree with you that KC Buffalo I think will be the most competitive.
I think Tampa Bay and Detroit's going to be a fun game to watch. Now let's see. What time's that game? Is that tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I think it's your Chiefs, ain't it?
No, the Chiefs play during your show, Kenny.
Okay, so who is the other game? Maybe it is Detroit. No. The Bucks are the other one tomorrow.
Isn't
I'll
it
be
the
at
team with the buys?
I will be at the YouTuber meet and greet at a fish store tomorrow for all the local people here on the West Coast. Ryan will be there. Bentley will be there. Alex is talking about coming down. I know Corridorus already said he's going to be there. Ian's going to try to make it.
Is Boots Cat's going to be
Basic
there?
Genetics and his wife plan on being there.
Is Boots Cat's going to be there?
Cats. Huh?
Is Boots Cat's going to be there?
Boots and Cats is going to be there. Yep. I was just going to say her. We never heard from Annette, so I'm sure she will not be there. She never seems to show up on. She likes to go across the country to go to events. She never comes to the ones local.
Well, give Rachel a hug from me, please.
This will be my first time meeting Rachel. Ryan's already met her, but I've never met her yet.
I've
Yeah.
met her a
Do it
couple
anyway.
We've met her too, so give her another hug from me, please.
times. Yeah, she's nice.
Rachel's cool.
You can give Ryan a hug for me.
Which
Okay.
the son of
You owe me, Kenny.
What do you mean I owe you?
You're supposed to give me a hug from Ed.
See, Chiefs and Raider fans can get along as long as there's a Viking in between.
There you go.
I
So
went to
tomorrow's
give-
games Eastern time is 4:30 or 1:30 for us folks. The Texans
good.
at the Ravens, and
I-
then
The event ends at 1, so I should have enough time to make it here.
Exactly. And then 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, we got Green Bay invading San Francisco. So it's the 2 bye teams that play against the worst seeds on the Saturday.
Well, I heard some interesting Viking news today. They tested like a large number of Scandinavians, and they found that all Scandinavians have a small amount of Native American Indian in them, which basically proves the fact that the Vikings used to go to North America. Isn't that interesting, Kenny?
It is.
Isn't that who came over on the land bridge?
No,
No,
that'd be from like Siberia, from the Russian side. So they're coming from both sides.
Yeah,
But
they had
the land bridge would have been before then, before the Vikings.
they found a big Viking like port in Iceland under the water, and they think they would go from there to North America.
Huh.
So isn't that cool?
Yeah, that probably explains why I always get so tan in the summer. Then
They supposedly found Viking carvings in Pennsylvania in a river system.
Oh, wow.
Well, isn't there some rock they found in Wisconsin called like some type of rock, and it's a Viking rock?
I know what you're
Milestone
talking
thing?
about, but I don't remember what state it's in.
I don't think it's Wisconsin.
Maybe it's Minnesota.
That
I
would
know
make
my
sense.
grandma visited it, and I'm like, you got on a bus to look at a rock that's like 2 foot tall.
I was looking it up. It's called the Kensington Runestone. And it's in
Next to
central
Catholics taking
Minnesota.
Houston to win the Super Bowl.
That's awesome. Nice job, Ryan.
Austin, what's up, man? Get your ass up here.
Where's Austin?
Hey,
He's in the
X-Do.
chat.
Oh, you know what? There is somebody down here.
If it's Skipper, I'm going to feel so bad it took you so long to get him back up here.
Oh, poor guy.
There we go. It's Austin.
You
There
got
he
Hi,
is.
Austin.
Okay, Austin, before we get sidetracked,
So let's tell Austin his picks.
That's
You picked Houston over
who are you
Baltimore.
taking? We have you taking Bucks over the Lions. We have you taking Texans
Houston.
over Ravens. We have you taking the 49ers over the Pack. And we have you taking the Chiefs over the Bills. Is that what you were thinking?
still Christmas there?
Look at his face. Okay, who are you taking on the Lions-Bucks game, Austin? Oh, you got no sound.
Hey,
You're
tell
muted.
him what his
Big hand
record was last week.
There you go.
Can you hear me
You're
now?
on.
We can do charades
Very good.
and picks.
Oh, there we go. I'll take the Lions.
All right. Ravens, Texans.
What month do you take your Christmas tree down in?
Not January. Everything else comes down, but the tree stays up a little bit longer. I'll take the Ravens.
All right, bud. Packers, San Francisco.
Ooh.
Stay loyal.
What's he
It's
gonna
okay.
do?
It's okay.
All I'm going to say is I said this from last week. It does not matter how far the Packers go. This season already is a success, but I'm ready to get my heart broken again. Go Packers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, why not?
You
Why
need to
not?
you need to talk like a winner.
We got
You
4
know,
picks for the
Saturday.
Pack.
Well, the problem
3
is,
picks for
Ed,
the
I mean-
49ers, Austin.
Sorry,
4
Kenny,
picks
what?
for the Pack, 3 picks for the Niners right now.
3 picks from the Niners. Say what again? Sorry.
There's 4 people that picked the Pack this week. 3 people have picked the Niners.
The only thing that scares me again is the defense. We
And congratulations, you were 6-0 last week. Only person that went perfect.
Yeah, that was wild. Good one.
All right, and finally, Chiefs, Bills game
Ooh.
at
That one's
Buffalo.
That one's probably the toughest one of the quad here. I'm gonna tick off Ed when I say this, but I think this is the Bills' year to break the curse. I'm taking Buffalo.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Right thinking
there
young
you
man.
go.
And Taylor Swift's gonna make a new version of her song "Trouble." I knew
There you
we
go.
were in trouble when we walked in to Buffalo. We got creamed. Something like that.
I'm impressed that
Wow.
I've never heard a Taylor Swift song. I'm pretty
Austin's
impressed that you're a
bringing
big
the heat.
Swiffer.
So
I
it was
always
actually
somewhat heard
found-
there. A poor
Whip
parody.
was
of-
Swiffer. He's a white jet.
Kenny said roots on a slab of guacawic stone covered in the ruins that was discovered in central Minnesota, USA in 1898 by Olaf Olam, a Swedish immigrant, reported that he unearthed it.
Well, there you go.
The guy's name was Olaf. Might have been a plant. He might have planted it there.
Yeah,
Oh,
he may
boy.
have owned it.
He's a Swede.
Oh boy.
Well, I already
Shakespeare's
figured out what our
words,
problem is, Xana Doo-Doo. We don't have a see. I should be the Vikings coach. Is what I should go coach the Vikings. Then we got a strong Norwegian, stubborn Norwegian running the Vikings team as it should be.
Yeah, I see them being a much better team with you as their head coach.
Absolutely. And if I had the
But
power,
Bert-
the first person I would fire is the GM.
Here's
I
the
would like
real
to be-
heartbreaker.
/ Vikings coach and watch and see if I don't have us a Super Bowl within 5 years.
Can I be your official hot dog tester for what hot dogs to pick to sell?
Hot dog test.
It might be a
Mr.
curse
Wilson, if you're
because that,
listening, Kenny E, and I'm on YouTube and I'm on Facebook. Just get a hold of me. We'll get it handled.
He runs the Smash Channel Ace football sport,
With our
Well, we
79 subscribers, baby, we're going someplace.
woohoo!
and we had a guy get all the numbers perfect last week.
Press those buttons.
That was you,
folks.
Austin. So if everybody
Two guys
would have
went
bet
5-1.
on Austin, we all would have had big money.
And the funny thing is, I do a lot of sporting things, but I do not do sport bets. Gambling, and I don't know.
He
That's
says
just
he'll test the soda and beer.
gives- I'm afraid it'll give my team bad karma if I do it.
And
Oh, I
if you
take
had
that back.
$5 and you won your bet, you would have then had $10, and then you could have bought that stone. That's what it sold for.
Hmm.
There
$10.
you go.
there was actually one time I did place a bet, and it was actually 2 years ago. I made a bet that the Packers were gonna win the Super Bowl, and of all the things that happened, the 49ers beat us. That was the time where they blocked the punt and got a touchdown. It was their only touchdown of the game, too. Hoping that doesn't reoccur, though, this week. Happy thoughts.
My niece and nephew my cousin and her son are upstairs, and they're from Council Bluffs still. They just got back from Florida today. Oh, we had a snowstorm hit us and an ice storm. Today was the first day we've gotten mail all week long.
Sounds similar to us here for most of the week. Especially
Let me
Bill
last
show
said
you
he
week.
wanted to trade the entire draft for the Bears for their number one pick. Who you take? Caleb Williams?
I'm not sold on Caleb Williams. I'm not sure I'd want to sell the farm for that guy.
I told you guys last week who I want my Vikings to get. Bo Nix,
Bo
baby.
Nix.
Give us Bo Nix.
And I want
If
my
you could
Packers to
only
get
have-
Cooper DeJean from the University of Iowa. Defensive back that can play corner or safety.
I would take that Marvin Harris's son on my team.
I don't think he's going to follow you that far back, Ed. I agree.
I don't
with,
think he will.
I agree with Whip. I'll be shocked if he makes it past the second pick.
not much
Maybe not that
falls
early,
past.
but he's definitely
Not too
going in
much
the top
falls to
5, I think.
32.
Yeah, top 5.
If he's
Last
not gone
year
by
was a
top
bonus.
10, his
We were
teams are on.
talking about that the Vikings have been approached by Arizona wanting Jefferson and supposedly willing to give up this year's the fourth pick overall, next year's number 1, and next year's 3rd round, and then I think they said a 2nd round the following year for Jefferson,
To who?
for Justin Jefferson.
Why?
NFL.com's mock draft has him going 4th to Arizona.
Sounds about right. Actually, with him and Kyler Murray, that could actually be pretty sick.
You think Kyler Murray's going to be there?
Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, if they get Marvin Harrison, or if they're going to go get a receiver, then I feel like you want a quarterback that's halfway competent then.
I concur. What was I was looking something up. I was going to go look something up on my telephone, and I just been flipping around my telephone. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking up.
Well, they have to find a trade partner for Kyler Murray. He's not like a free agent or anything if they wanted to get rid of him.
Gosh darn, what was I going to look up? Maybe Jimmy P will remember. He's coming
What's that,
back.
Ed?
Hey, Jimmy, what was I
Yeah.
supposed to look up while you were gone?
Oh, shoot.
I forgot what we were all talking about. Oh, I was going to show you the pictures of Walmart.
Oh, yeah. Graphic images.
Are these PG
Oh,
rated?
the graphic images. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
no.
Pictures of Walmart or people of Walmart?
Oh,
Just all the empty shelves.
oh,
There was no more meat, like lunch meats were all gone.
Because of the cold weather.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
they
that,
got it
and right
all.
now there's a problem with the chickens right now because there's avian flu going around again, and they're destroying a bunch of chickens.
That even the cereal looks sparse for cereal. Look at the bread.
Wow. Pretty
There was
picked
hardly
over.
any bread.
Wow, that looks like our grocery stores around here.
This was like the eggs and breakfasts and yogurts and everything is down at the end, and they were just all gone.
Yeah, our eggs were all gone here when I went to get some. But I
My
asked
wife's
them because they said
order,
it's because
like,
we had to
pickup
destroy
order
a
got
bunch of
canceled a couple of times.
chickens. So they said
It was
eggs
worse
and
than the
poultry
COVID
might be a problem for a while.
People are really in Tennessee. They don't like the cold.
Scuba Steve says, that's messed up, Kenny. I'm eating chicken.
Uh-uh.
I ate chicken tonight, man. I can't. I gotta have the yard bird at like 5 days a week, or I'm not feeling right. I gotta have chicken a lot.
I was eating chicken too. I had some So's chicken.
I eat a lot
Wanted
of
some
chicken.
chicken wings.
Yep.
How would it be scarred, Scuba Steve?
I wish I had some chicken wings right now.
I mean, if you're scared to eat that chicken, then why were you at the Triple Crown? I mean, you had worse things happening to you there.
Yeah, you've dug in this far, Scuba Steve. Like, might as well go for
Yeah.
it.
You went to Triple Crown, baby. I mean, there was 2 different diseases caught down there this year, so or last year, I guess it was already.
What was it? COVID and anal warts?
Oh my God.
What a combo.
Now there's a graphic image.
I'll pass on that. Thank you.
No wonder you missed your stream last night.
Oh
It was at the Triple Crown.
I think I'm going to clip that off.
Oh, you got them too?
I didn't get any diseases at the Triple Crown.
That's a
But
good one,
unfortunately,
Brian.
A guy got
Oh.
it in the car that drove with me the next week.
Travis Meyer says, okay.
Yeah, the great highlights of 2020: anal warts and COVID.
Good night, Whip.
Night, Web.
Night Whip.
Night, Whip.
Later,
Yeah, we're
brother.
probably
That's
gonna end
starting
here
to
pretty
talk
quick
about not
anyway.
paper.
I
We're
gotta
stepping
get
in
up
like
early. I got to bag like 60 fish tomorrow before I leave for this thing.
Oh wow.
So I got to be
All
up
in one
early
bag?
bagging.
Is anybody shooting any video?
I'll
I
be
should
going
be.
live from the event
Any
tomorrow.
better?
Okay. All right.
I'll be going. Stream's already set up. 11:10. The stream will go live. It might go a little sooner. It just depends on how fast I want to make sure everything's running smooth when we first get there. And
Okay. Okay.
at 11:10,
My
I'll
niece-
go live.
My niece is weightlifting tomorrow. She's a competitive weightlifter in high school. She's 15.
Oh, nice.
She won in Charlotte at the Fall Classic, and now the Winter Classic is here in Tennessee, and she's going to that. And what I think is cool is down in the South, they just made it easy. If you have XX chromosomes, you compete in one, and if you have XY, you compete in the other. And I think it's best that way, so that way one boy doesn't destroy all the girls.
Well, sure. Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Mhm.
So, Austin, what do you think your boys got to do this weekend to beat them?
Well, one, not give up 40 points. Don't do a Dallas. The main thing, got to make Brock Purdy uncomfortable. You can't let him sit back there with all the weapons he has, like Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, and all them. I mean, if you let him sit back there, they're just, not to mention McCaffrey. I mean, there's just way too many weapons. You let him sit back there, he'll, heck with 40, they'll
That's
score
what I was
50.
going to say. Is I think the number one thing they got to take away to win is McCaffrey. They got to get
Yes.
him shut down.
The number one thing is they got to make the offense one dimensional. Take away the rushing game, and that's McCaffrey. I know they like to throw Debo into that a little bit.
I just
You
hope
take away the
Alexander
run
is
game
ready.
and you
You
put
know
all
what
of it.
Alexander's
Purdy.
hurt with that ankle injury he's got.
Yeah,
But I think you guys can beat him again. I do. If you play like you did last week.
well, it's been a hot minute since we beat the 49ers, especially in the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers was never able to do it, so hopefully Jordan Love breaks that curse.
Not going to be easy.
No, well,
You
playoffs
give
are
them
never easy.
Saturday.
My saying about the
No.
playoffs is it don't matter what your seed is. It doesn't matter where you're playing. On any given day, you got as good of a shot as anybody else that's playing.
Yeah. Ed, what do you think your Chiefs got to do?
Just show up.
Oh, my God.
Not throw to Scantley. And luckily, Sky Moore is out of the picture, so he won't be dropping
At
balls.
least you got Hardman then.
Hopefully, yeah. Hardman, his big problem in the last game of the year, he ran 3 of the wrong routes. It's like unbelievable. So, yeah. Worst, I think, wide receiver crew maybe in the 20s. So if we lose, I'm blaming it on them. But they better put some more stickum on Kelsey's hands too, because he's like catching the drops from the wide receivers.
No, he's catching the drops because he's up there looking at his girl up in the stands. That's what it is.
Right?
And she's
You know,
watching.
Rice
He's
is
all
doing good,
nervous
though.
about Butterfingers because he's all nervous about the girl watching him. He wants to be sure he impresses her, and it's messing with his head right now.
I kind
Did
of
you hear
lost
about
a
these
little
3
respect.
Chiefs fans that died?
What's
No,
that?
what happened?
Suspicious death. 3 men died outside Kansas City home on January 7th, found dead days later. Family members claim the police aren't properly investigating their deaths. When medical examiner reported complete, next step can occur. But they're like these 3 guys went over to somebody else's house to watch the Chiefs game, and then they never showed back up. So like one of their girlfriends or something or wives came over and broke into the house and found one of them dead. It's a crazy story.
That is crazy. That's worth a
Wow.
read. I might
Man, I
try to
would
look
hope
that up.
somebody don't kill somebody over football, for Christ's sakes. I mean, that's getting out there.
Seriously.
Well, they're probably all Chiefs fans. I doubt they went to a Raiders fans.
Well,
Maybe
there's a
the
guy I know in the
guy was
Cardinals
a Dolphins
here.
fan. He was a closet Dolphins fan.
What was
Yeah,
it,
you
like
really
2
like-
years ago?
Tyreek Hill.
2 or 3 years ago, when the Packers played the Seahawks, he's a major Packer fan. He was in the bar, and some words were said. But anyway, he went outside the bar by himself that night, and these assholes clubbed him with a crowbar. He's a freaking vegetable. He's in a freaking wheelchair the rest of his life over a football game.
Wow.
Well, he's lucky that he's alive. Ray Rice, he like hit people with $500 bottles of champagne, and they died after this game. And it all comes back around. Or Lewis, not Rice. Rice just beat up his girlfriend.
Yeah, that's all.
He was
Oh
the
yeah, just beat up his
dirtbag
girlfriend.
running
Nothing
back.
big, guys. He just beat up his girlfriend. That's all.
Yeah, I think that's a
In
little
a
bit bigger than
casino.
the
Knocked her out cold and drug her out by the hair.
Yeah, that video wasn't pretty.
No.
No, it was not. But she lived.
If your name is Ray and you play for the Ravens, bad things happen.
Around
Ray
them,
Lewis, Ray
not to
Rice.
them.
Yeah.
You see the
Yeah.
connection?
Yeah, but another thing, people, I hate to say it because I've seen it. Okay, I've seen it hands-on before. A lot of times, people see athletes out there, and they know that if they can start something, they're going to get paid. So I think that does happen to these athletes quite a bit too, where they get force-fed into situations because there's some schmuck there that talks crap. Next thing you know, if it's an African-American guy, he throws that N-word. I mean, what's the guy supposed to do? I mean, if somebody's in your face and acting a fool because he plays for the NFL, he's supposed to just drop his balls and say, okay, I'm not going to do what a man should do. The guy takes a swing at you. I'm sorry. I don't care. At 55 years old, I'm still going to swing back. So I think a lot of times in a lot of these situations, that's what happens.
I think if there's anything that is a key word that'll make you so mad that you have to fight, you need to work on being a man and not get that, because fighting doesn't make you a man. And I mean, there is not a single thing that somebody could say to me that would make me want to punch them out.
Oh,
Or actually literally
punch
punch
them. It would make me punch them out instantly. And it all's around Danny. I mean, if
I
somebody
don't know. It seemed like he wanted to punch that old lady out today.
Defending a loved one's different too. But yeah.
You can say anything you want to me, but you mess with my wife, you're dead man.
I second that.
Well, I need to write that down.
Make a note.
Ed,
Make a note.
note to self, don't talk.
Yes, Ed, protect the crystal at all times.
Yeah.
Precious. You must defend the precious.
Well, I mean, I totally believe in chivalry. So I believe in that. But I don't know. I don't think people should be goaded into fights.
But
They
it
shouldn't
happens.
put
I mean,
themselves into
nobody
a
can sit here and
situation
say
like
it
that.
doesn't. I mean, I think there's guys out there that are praying the day that they can meet somebody, any kind of celebrity, so they can mess with them and hopefully get paid. There's too many scumbags out there nowadays. That's their only goal in life, right? They live by the 3 L's. You know what the 3 L's are, right? Lottery, lawyer, lawsuit. They live by those 3 terms, you know?
I doubt
Like that
that's
dude that was messing with Mike Tyson on the airplane.
Yeah.
That's a bonehead
Yeah,
move there.
20 years ago with Ray Lewis. I think he was with a group of animals, and they proved with the videotape and everything else they did, they were animals.
He was definitely hanging out with the wrong crowd. I'll give you that one, Ed.
I
for
mean,
sure.
yeah. So, and he got off clean, and he was the guy who invited them and paid the bills, and they took the rap because they're good, buddies, I guess. But I think he was just as much of an animal as everybody else in that group.
I can't speculate
sorry, I
because
went back to
wasn't
that.
there. I wasn't there. I can't speculate.
No, can't speculate, but I did hear the evidence. So
if I wasn't there
I watched
and
the
I
entire
can't
trial.
speculate, I have to go up with the court of law determined which he was innocent. So
He stopped moving, but there's a Borneo loach on that leaf.
what?
Oh,
leaf?
yep, there it is.
Yeah.
I was fixated on those cool looking snails.
Munch on the leaf.
How's your back doing tonight, Ed?
Not too bad. I'm leaning forward now.
Well, guys, I'm going to probably get this. We go in an hour and a half. I think I'm going to get wrapped up so I can get a head start for tomorrow. We appreciate y'all coming. Y'all heard what the picks were this week. We'll see. Right now, I'd say the front runners are Ed, Ryan, and Austin for winning the playoff edition of fantasy.
I'd like
I've
to
got
ask
4
where that
players
was.
left. I'm not thinking I'm going to do very well at this point, unless the 49ers. I got plenty of 49ers that are left. I've got 3 are left 49ers. So
I mean, that's all you need is one team to go all the way, and yeah, it might happen for you. So
And
I
I've
think it's
got-
still anyone's game.
yeah, so I've got Gibson and I've got Samuel and I've got the 49ers defense and their kickers. So
I hope the 49ers don't score many touchdowns, but if they do, get it to my tight end, George Kittle.
mhm.
He can have one
The only-
touchdown. That's all he's allowed.
But we do
Awesome.
appreciate all you guys coming out being supportive of us. I see there's 12 still in the chat at the end here, so that's awesome. As always, guys, take care. We'll see you soon. And if you were in the PNW, tomorrow is the YouTube meet and greet at Kay's Aquarium on Division. If it's at 11 a.m., I'll be going live from the event at 11 as well. 11:10-ish, something like that. So if you're in this area, you want to come hang out with all of us crazy fish folk, come on out. We'll see you guys.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Cheese balls.